What if I told you that a war happening thousands of kilometers away in the Middle East could make your daily petrol expensive, increase your electricity bill, and even affect the price of vegetables in your local market? Sounds surprising? Yes, right. But that's exactly how deeply connected today's world is. A conflict involving countries like Iran, Israel, and major oil producers such as Saudi Arabia doesn't just stay limited to that region. It sends shockwaves across the global economy. And when a global power like the United States gets involved, the situation becomes even more complex. For a country like India, which depends heavily on imported oil, these tensions can have. So the question is, how exactly does a Middle East conflict affect India? What role does global politics play in all this? And how will it impact you? Let's break it down. The Middle East is the heart of global oil supply. India imports nearly 85% of its crude oil, and a major portion comes from Iraq, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. This means India is highly dependent on this region. Now, here's the key point. Even if oil supply is not physically disrupted, fear and uncertainty alone can drive prices up. That's how sensitive global oil markets are. Whenever tensions rise in the Middle East, oil production can slow down, supply routes become risky, shipping costs increase. One of the most critical choke points is the Strait of Hormuz. Power companies face financial stress. Governments may raise electricity tariffs. As a result, what it could be now? Higher electricity bills, possible power shortages, industrial slowdown. So yes, Middle East tensions can indirectly affect your electricity bill. This is where the real impact hits. Oil is linked to almost everything: transportation, farming, manufacturing, delivery systems. So when fuel prices rise, food prices increase. Travel becomes expensive, daily essential cost more. This leads to inflation and reduces your purchasing power. The United States play a huge role in the Middle East. It supports allies like Israel, maintains military bases in the region, influences oil politics. But here's the twist. US actions can both stabilize and escalate tensions. For example, sanctions on Iran reduce global oil supply. Military involvement can increase uncertainty. Both situations push oil prices upward. Now, let's go more deeper. What it could be impact on Indian economy. Trade deficit increases. India spends more dollars to buy oil. Imports become expensive. Rupee weakens. More demand for dollars, rupee value falls. Government pressure. Government faces a tough choice: increase fuel prices or reduce taxes. That means loss of revenue. Sector-wise impact, what it could be now: aviation, higher ticket prices; transport, higher logistics cost; industry, reduced production. Overall, the impact could be economic slowdown risk. India is not sitting idle, by the way. It has taken smart steps: diversifying oil sources, buying discounted oil from Russia, strategic oil reserves, emergency storage for crisis situations, renewable push, solar, wind, and green energy expansion, diplomatic balance, maintaining relations with Middle East countries, OPEC, and Western powers. So, what can happen next now? Scenario 1: conflict escalates, oil prices spike sharply, inflation rises, global recession risk increases. Scenario 2 could be control tension. Prices remain volatile. Markets stay uncertain. Scenario 3 de-escalation. Oil prices stabilize. Economic recovery improves. But one thing is clear. The world is moving towards energy diversification to reduce such risks. So, what did we learn today? A conflict in the Middle East is not just a regional issue. It directly affects India's oil supply, electricity costs, inflation, overall economy, and the involvement of global powers like the United States makes the situation even more unpredictable. In today's interconnected world, a war far away can hit your wallet at home. So, next time petrol prices or electricity bills increase, remember, the reason might not be local. It could be global.